Hello, this is Bulk. I'm back again, this time on an Elementalist. I decided to kick off this video with a dynamic event, which is Kill the Broodmother. It's one of the small events in the human starting area, so I figured I'd show it off. A bunch of little Drake spawn here, and I get to kind of flaunt the Elementalist damage a bit, because it's a bunch of AoE, as far as fire is concerned. So as far as dynamic events, these are events that can occur randomly as you're walking around in the world. As soon as you come within range of one, it'll pop it up on the right hand side in orange text there, and it usually marks it on your map with an orange circle or a skull. So you always have to keep an eye out for that, because it helps the level, and in all honesty, you're going to do a ton of them. And you can actually repeat them for repeated experience and karma and such. So you should always keep your eyes open to do as many dynamic events as possible. I believe over the beta weekend, within 2 days, I had I think I got about 97 dynamic events done on one character. So, there you go. Alright, so now we'll jump a little bit into the Elementalist here. The special about their class is the attunements. The thing that makes it special is your F1 through 4 keys change the element of all your spells. This, of course, changes every ability that you have, so you have, I believe, quite a bit more than any other class to unlock as you fight. By that I mean, when you have skills here, as you see my number 5 is not actually fully lit up yet. That's because they unlock as you level, and you have to kill things in order to do so. So, I just got a bronze event. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure I didn't participate in anything, but hoorah for the experience, right? Anyway, as I was saying, your attunements, whenever you change, they have certain effects, like water will like splash heal around you and such, fire amps up the damage, things of the sort like that. Now, the difference in the attunements, it really depends on the weapon. But for the most part, the general idea is fire is kind of like an AoE, ice would be crowd control heal, lightning would be kind of a single target burst. I know it has some AoE effects to it though. And earth is kind of like a more of a protective, defensive style from my experience. But as you see right here, I'm using the scepter and the focus. Your first attack's an auto attack, is what you start with in the very beginning of the game. You just kind of summon a little pillar every couple seconds. Nothing too special. The thing that made me like this combination of Scepter Focus, though, was the fact that it had the Dragon's Tooth, which you summon over a targeted enemy. And it actually, if the enemy moves out of it, you miss. Darn. But if it hits, it does tons of damage, and it AoEs within a circle. So as you see, I'm just comboing it up with my Phoenix here, and it's destroying absolutely everything I come across. So, you know, that just kind of became the leveling combo. Dragon Tooth, Phoenix, maybe a Flame Wall. The Phoenix is pretty awesome because you send it out to a certain area and it damages out on the way out, blows up, and comes back and damages on the way back. And it also gives you a boost. I think it's a speed boost, I could be wrong. I'm just gonna plug holes here. As you see, I'm working on a heart quest, as we'll call it. I forgot what they were called, actually. It's just finished there. Now, these are basically your handheld quests, maybe, is what we'll call them. It's just a way for, if people don't want to walk around in the world and just explore and run into things, this is kind of a way for people to kind of have some direction as to how to level. Because in each zone they'll have hearts for, you know, certain level ranges. And in the beginning there's only one per level for a while, and then you start getting 2 and 3 and such. But as you see right here, I have pebbles. I'm applying those to my gear because it's actually adding stats to it. It's kind of like a enchanting of the gear. So you always got to keep an eye out for those, because those are just kind of random loot items. I haven't found anywhere where you can buy them quite yet. And you can also see here I got a new helmet, so I'm going to go ahead and dye that to match my rather flashy blue outfit here. And I look even further like a clown. And all you got to do is just exit out, and there you go. So you can dye your gear at absolutely any time. So that's always a good thing. As you see here, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and show you one of the bits of personal story here. I'm going to actually skip the cutscene because I was trying, the goal behind this was I was actually trying to skip the story for myself because I didn't want to actually ruin it for the release of the game. So I did pieces of the story, I just didn't understand what was going on. I was just trying to get through them. Let's see. Oh, as far as the heart quests are concerned also, you don't have to actually talk to the NPC. And when you do finish one of the quests, they actually turn into a vendor. And it's a karma vendor. And most of them actually sell an accessory to you for, you know, a low amount of karma. That'll be like 3 toughness, 3 power, things of the sort. So you should always keep an eye on those as well because, I mean, it all depends how you want to build your character, but every little stat counts in this game. So you really want to get one of those as soon as you can, I believe. Now, as you see right now, I'm in an instance zone. That's part of my personal story. It instanced off an entire section of the city. Right now, I'm currently walking around getting points of interest. These are just spots where you can discover for free experience, so I'm just kind of doing a little circle before I actually hit the bar where I'm supposed to go to. Now, your friends can come into these areas. Usually when it instances you off like this, there's going to be some kind of mob to fight or group of mobs for your actual story. So you always got to kind of be on your toes and figure out what's going on. And after I hit the bar, you'll understand. But your friends can come in with you, even if they have absolutely nothing to do with your story. As long as you're in a party with somebody, it'll give them the option to enter your instance. In which case, I believe it'll still scale with the number of people. And as far as that's concerned, I couldn't find this point of interest. That was a little bit annoying. But if you out-level a quest or anything of the sort, it will actually scale you back down for that area or personal story quest. So the game is always a challenge, and it's amazing. I haven't played any other game like that where it actually makes sure that you can't power level through things and make it all easy mode.
You ain't a friend of Big Nose Ted. You ain't welcome here.
Big Nose Ted. Huh. Okay. There's actually no kill stealing in this game also. Any mob that you actually tag and deal significant damage to, everybody has their own loot table. So keep that in mind. It's getting rid of that is amazing. I get to flaunt a little bit of AoE here, by the way. We got a little bit of a bar fight going on. You would imagine the wood in the bar actually catching fire and burning down, but it's very resistant. We'll say that. I did mention in a previous video about combo fields. The firewall actually is a great example of it. It's one of the combo fields that you can drop down for other people to shoot through. And the mob I'm fighting here is actually I don't know what kinds of elites there are in this game. It's just what I'm going to refer to him as. He's, I guess, a soloable elite, is what I'll say. But I've seen bronze, silver, and gold ring elites, and, well, I mean, you can imagine, I guess silver would be more of a group setting, and then gold would be kind of a get a bunch of people or die setting. So, as far as event rewards, I didn't mention this earlier, I probably should. Whenever the medal popped up on the right side of my screen, it gave you experience, and it gave you a little bit of copper, and it also gives you karma. There's 2 types of currency in this game. Silver and such is kind of like your player-based money, and karma is your... There's a lot of vendors in the game that, you know, you buy stuff for karma. And most of it's, you know, gear as you level, like I said, the heart vendors, and all that good stuff. As far as ways of transportation in the game, they have a bunch of waypoints also. And that's just, you can teleport anywhere around the maps as much as you want. You have to pay to do so, or you can just run around and, yeah. You can run to locations yourself, but you're going to find yourself running for quite a bit of time, I can say that. So the waypoints are a very, very large point of convenience. There's just so many elites in this personal story quest. I was actually surprised when I came through here for the first time, because I thought, how is this soloable? Because there's nothing but elites all the way up. I have a feeling that the NPCs at the base floor are supposed to follow you, probably to help you out, but this wasn't too bad. I just had to kind of kite down the stairs and set him on fire, make sure he was burning at all times. One thing I want to mention also is the experience rate in the game. It took me a quick minute to figure out how exactly...
Let's play who can hit the hardest.
Oh, look at this guy. Look at this guy. I'm gonna take him down in a burst of fire. Oh, that didn't do much. Anyway, the experience rate, as I was saying, it's kinda slow. Early levels is not bad, but as Arenanet has said, you know, they wanted to aim at, you know, kind of leveling it out to the point of you can basically guarantee yourself a level every hour and a half, like minimum. So I kind of like that feature, to where everything kind of flattens and it's not, you know, scaling upward and upward, going from like 1 hour level to 3 days. I'm not a personal fan of that too much, but anyway. Well, I think we're nearing the end of this here. I just finished this point of the personal story here. So, yeah, I'll probably get more footage of the Elementalist later so I can explain it in depth for the next beta. But until next time, I think this is going to be the end of this video. And I think I have Necromancer PvP and such coming up next, so go ahead and give that a look whenever you get around to it. And I will see you then. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Let's bulk out.
Nothing can stop me.